I once was lost, but now I'm found. All because of Jesus. He will never let me down. Listen, I once was lost, but now I'm found. 'Cause I got Jesus, He won't let me down. He had a plan for you and me when He died on Calvary. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Now I'm found. 'Cause I got Jesus, He won't let me down. He had a plan for you. All right. Want to say good evening to everybody. God bless you. Coming back once again, giving God all the honor, all the glory, and all the praise. And God bless everybody who's been following along. And if you've been following along with me, then you know I've been talking about the Antichrist. The Antichrist and Antichrist. And I've been doing this little series, and now I'm up to the part now where I want to talk about how the Antichrist claims to be God and is worship. And also in this video, I want to talk about how the Antichrist will display these miraculous powers. And I know some people gonna laugh at this video. They still joking about God, saying there ain't no God, but we're gonna see in the long run who will have the last laugh. We will see. And I'm not trying to debate with nobody. I don't try to force people into believing. You know, I just tell the truth and pray for them and get on out of the way. So let's move on a little bit higher. Now, another strong thing to look at is that this Antichrist will seek to be worshiped like God. As a matter of fact, as I'm reminded, Apostle Paul wrote about this, and he kept saying the same thing as Jesus said, don't let anyone deceive you in any way, for that day will not come until the rebellion occurs and the man of lawlessness is revealed. The man doomed to destruction. He will oppose and will exalt himself over everything that is called God or is worship, so that he sets himself up in God's temple. You hear that part? Proclaiming himself to be God. Like I said in another video, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, look at verses 3 and 4. This Antichrist is identified as the man of lawlessness and will not appear until the rebellion occurs. Check out Revelation 17. This man is supposed to come to power during the tribulation, and he will sit in the temple of God to proclaim himself as God. Now, if you caught the last video, and if you caught PP Drawing's video, that's why he talked about how everybody's just looking for one man of sin, but he talked about the spirit of the Antichrist. And if you caught that in that video, which was very powerful, the spirit. And if you following along with me, then you'll understand that we're talking about more than one person. That is the biggest problem. Everybody focusing on was watch out for this one person. Why you on the lookout, you being deceived by the ones that's working with him. Because just as Christ had the disciples working with him, just as Satan got the Antichrist, all of the people that's not following God, who is evil and wicked, they are following Satan. And let me be real with y'all, Satan got a lot. He got a lot on his team. We need more children of God that's bold to come forward, stand up, and stand on what's real. Now I want to talk about these miraculous powers, because Paul also knew that this man of lawlessness would confuse folks. That's why Paul also said, I will not have you, brethren, to be ignorant. When you look at 2 Thessalonians 2, 9 through 12, Paul writes that the coming of the lawless one will be in accordance with how Satan works. So to let you know, it's more than one. Satan got his posse, and he will use all sorts of things of power through signs and wonders. The Bible tells you this. It even tells you how these wonders and signs are going to be coming from the heavens, and it's not going to be God. And we can see how many will be fooled off of that. But most people that's going to believe in this going to be serving a lie. God Almighty. And God said that my people will perish for the lack of knowledge. my people, will perish for the lack of knowledge. And the sad fact is that people will be so far removed from knowing Jesus Christ that they won't even recognize the true Lord from the false one. These powers are mentioned. If you have time, go to Revelation 13:13. If you ever want to, and I'm not saying this to say I'm all of this and know all of that. I'm just a simple old servant. But if you ever want to look at my videos on Revelation, I did the whole book, all 22 chapters. If I believe it's 22, I believe I did from the beginning to the end. And if you go through the Old Testament, you will truly understand the book of Revelation. Revelation is not a book you just jump in and say, okay, I read it. But when you go back to Revelation 13:13, it shows you and it tells you about he's performing these great signs and causing fire to come down from heaven and to the earth in front of people. And the difference is Jesus never performed miracles to draw attention to himself, but to glorify God. Let me say that again, because I believe that's something that we all need to understand. The difference is Jesus never performed miracles to draw attention to himself, but to glorify God. It reminds you of some of these folks, in our close after this, that's sitting in these churches that want all this power. See, you even got Antichrist. You even got people working in your churches working for the devil. Because everybody in the church ain't following God. I'm not saying your church, but watch out to another church on your street. And y'all will catch that later on why I said that. The Antichrist will try their best, whoever it is, whoever they are. They're going to try their best, and they're going to try to draw people into glorifying himself. That's what this has been all about from the beginning. Satan has been on the rampage for a long time, people. And if you ever understand anything about the Bible, you're going to, in the long run, as you read and study and live it, you're going to see that it's all about the worship. Satan wants to worship. Satan wanted it from the beginning, and he wants it right now, but he cannot have it. God is the only one to really be true worship, not nobody else. Look at what happened to King Herod when he tried to get the glory himself. He dropped dead, and I believe the worms ate his body. Anybody that try to get the glory, anybody following the Antichrist, your home is the lake of fire. You already got your home set up. I don't want that part. I don't want to be in that part or that crew or that crowd. I want to be where heaven is my home. God bless you. God keep you to the next one. See you. Peace.